YouTube.edu. This is Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net. We're in that lull between when The Mandalorian comes out and when there's just nothing to say and nothing to do. We got kind of just boring news hitting officially like Mando Mondays. Spend, spend, spend. But there's been like a pretty persistent rumor that hit a week or two ago about Pedro Pascal quitting. I'm not here to tell you Pedro Pascal quit or he's still on the show or anything like that. I honestly don't know. I have sources around the Pedro Pascal side of things, which is why I knew he was cast as the Mandalorian well before he even signed. And for what it's worth, those sources haven't come to me and been like, the sky's falling. There's been a lot of time for that to happen. I'm not here to prove it or to disprove it, but just to kind of weigh in on it because I keep getting emails and DMs constantly about it. As the rumor goes, Pedro Pascal left The Mandalorian midway of season 2. He wanted his face shown. Lucasfilm didn't want to show his face. He walks off the set, and then they reorganized the entire second season and they changed focus away from The Mandalorian. Okay, so that's the rumor as I understand it. If there's more to it or I'm missing something, that's the gist of what I got from it. But it just kind of doesn't make sense to me. Because if Pedro wants his face shown, Lucasfilm doesn't want to show it, and then he walks, and Lucasfilm says, fine, go, and then he goes, then all they have to do is have somebody keep playing Mando with the helmet on. So why change the trajectory of the second season during filming? That kind of just doesn't make sense. I mean, we could clearly go for a long time without seeing the Mando's face. And then you have Pedro Pascal's voice, which in no way is that unique. I mean, it would be very easy to imitate. Have you guys seen James Arnold Taylor running around on stage acting like he's possessed with 60 demons in him, turning into Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd in like 1 second? So I guarantee you, Pedro Pascal's voice as the Mandalorian is not some huge hurdle. So why would Lucasfilm go in the middle of the production and then refocus the entire middle of the season to accommodate that? Now, I get asked a lot if there's any truth to it, and I can't say. When I did talk to some of my sources recently about The Mandalorian and the second season, they said that it was pretty much a delight. And believe it or not, these people aren't people who like love Star Wars. They aren't like the PR firm of Lucasfilm, and they aren't out there just trying to sugarcoat everything. They usually tell me the stuff warts and all. So is there any truth to it? I really can't say. At the end of season 1, I heard that there was a contract negotiation that went on. And that side of stuff isn't something I'm super interested in, so I didn't dig super deep on it because I'm mostly into the story and the process of the filmmaking, not necessarily into like contracts, not into the drama either. I mean, it's interesting to hear just as a human, but at the same time, I don't even report on that stuff. If I did, I'd have this huge bag of Carrie Fisher stories that would have been up on the site. But yeah, I did hear that there was some contract negotiations and he didn't want to be a voice actor and he didn't want to be seen as a voice actor. So it kind of makes me think that there could be some truth to it, that the rumors could be rooted in reality. And also, in the middle of any season, the focus of the story changes. And they've confirmed that does happen in this story. But that shift, I know was going to happen well before the supposed walking off set stuff happened. Because if you look at back when I was reporting that Pedro was going to be the Mandalorian, they were using the double that entire time. I don't even think he came on until like on the back end of the first season. So anyways, I'm not saying Pedro left or Pascal walked or he did or he didn't, because I honestly at this point don't know, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense. And some of the other things I know that are in the pipeline don't really add up to that being the case. So did the sky fall on The Mandalorian? I don't know, but right now I'm not looking at it like that was the case. And I'm not trying to debunk anything that anybody reported. I don't care. I really don't. I care about the stuff that I report, but this one just kind of won't leave me alone, so I'm just weighing in on my 2 cents. And that's all that this is my 2 cents. But once again, if Pedro walked, you could keep that a secret in terms of the story for years. keep having John Wayne's grandson in the costume and get a voice actor, and they could tell that story for a long time, because I don't think their intent was ever to actually show the Mando's face in the first season. At the time, I assumed, and it's an assumption, that that was part of the contract negotiations that did happen. So like I said, I think some of it's rooted in truth, but was it ballooned into something else and put through the rumor mill and turned into something more salacious? That's possible. I don't know. What do you think? Does it add up? Does it make sense? I think we're going to find out pretty soon, because Mandalorian promos will be starting really soon. Pedro should be doing all kinds of press and stuff like that at any point. So if it's complete bullshit, it's going to be revealed pretty quickly. Although it might just be followed up by, oh, they made up. But it's going to be kind of hard to say, because if they literally take the focus off of Pedro Pascal's Mandalorian character, it would be very obvious. At the same time, I have a feeling that we're going to see everything in the middle of the season shift focus. But I think we're going to see it through Mando, and Mando's going to be the hero. But that's just my opinion, man. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video or don't, and I'll see you guys in the next one.